Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Luke Monster, and today we're going to be reviewing the brand new Star Wars Black Series Glavis Ringworld Mandalorian. Now I gotta say, this is by far my most anticipated Black Series figure in a very long time. But anyway, taking a close look at the packaging here, I really love how this turned out. I'm a big fan of this Boba Fett, like, dark green. It looks really dang good. This is the Glavis Ringworld Mando. Basically, it's that Halo ring that he was on in Book of Boba Fett. But we have this amazing mural artwork. I really love how this turned out, especially with that darksaber. It's really nice to get Mando with a darksaber on the mural artwork. It looks really good. Flipping around to the back, you can pause and read the bio if you would like, but we still have this same mural artwork on the back here, and of course this is number 8 in the Book of Boba Fett line. But other than that, there's not a whole lot going on with this box, so let's go ahead, crack them open, and take a closer look. So we got the brand new Mandalorian out of the box, and this figure is truly incredible. The articulation is stunning. We'll go over articulation in just a second, but the pinless look looks amazing, and of course, the posability with that new articulation and that pinless look together, it is unmatched by a lot of Black Series figures today. And of course, all the accessories he comes with, it is just a no-brainer. So this figure is awesome. Let's go ahead and take him off of the spinny stand so we can take a close look at everything this figure has to offer. So the first thing I want to do up close here is really take a look and appreciate this new helmet sculpt. It is really dang good. It is much more uniform. It is much more like the correct shape, and there's a lot less warping compared to the original version. On the right here is the deluxe Beskar Mando with like the removable helmet and all the extra accessories, the build-up pack version. And so you can see the little chin picking out there a little bit, but just the overall shape and even like the metallic Beskar effect is so much better on this newer version. And then another thing that I do really want to take a moment to appreciate is this soft goods cape. It is almost like a spandex stretchy material, which I think is interesting, but looking at it, I love the fact that you can actually have the jetpack and the cape on at the same time. That's something you couldn't do with this older version because of the hard plastic cape, so that soft goods cape is a huge bonus. Anyway, though, looking at articulation, for the head, he does have a ball joint at the head and the neck, so tons of motion there. The arms can go all the way up, well past a T-pose, which is pretty nice. And, of course, they can go all the way around, but there is this new thing on the butterfly joint, which it does have butterfly joints, but if you look in here, there's actually like a little piece of plastic that stops the shoulder pad from rotating all the way around. So the shoulder pad can't rotate all the way around, but the arm can. So that's something that's new that I thought was interesting. So unfortunately you can't rotate the shoulder pad all the way around, but I haven't really known many situations where I've needed to do that. Looking at the elbows, great articulation, a little bit past 90. He does have a horizontal left hinge and a vertical right hinge at the wrists. At the waist, pretty standard articulation, just a ball joint. At the legs, can get all the way up to 90, so that works out pretty well. As far as splits, he can almost get into the splits. The knee can get to 90 as well. Of course, rockers and pivots at the ankles. Overall, really solid. And of course, this one does have the thigh cuts as well. I know they just recently got rid of thigh cuts, so it's interesting to see that this one still does have those thigh cuts. Next up, I want to start looking at accessories. So first up, we have the pistol here. And as you can see, it does have this super nice gunmetal gray color, but also this like wooden kind of grip for the handle, which is kind of new. If you look at some of the older versions here, this is the latest version of Mando before this new version. And as you can see, it does not have that wooden handle, so super nice upgrade for the pistol. And then we also do have the vibro knife. This is a huge upgrade as well. It's one that we've been asking for the Mando figures for a while, and it's nice to finally have this vibro knife, and it does have weapon storage as well. It actually does have a little slot here on the boot you can just slide it right into. And so now you'll never lose that vibro knife. And of course, the pistol does have a holster as well. It just slips right in. And we actually did get a brand new mold for the darksaber as well. It has a little D-ring on the bottom, so you can clip it on Mando's belt. This is the older version from Moff Gideon. As you can see, there is no D-ring on it. So brand new hilt mold for this, which is great. Obviously, it does have that removable blade, which is nice. And so basically what you can do is hang it on Mando's belt right here. It's pretty cool. I like that, and it's nice if you don't have him posing the Darksaber. You can have it on his belt, which is super nice. But I gotta say, I am still really disappointed they don't have the crackle effects on the actual blade of the Darksaber. It's a big part of what makes the Darksaber, and so they've got to start doing it. This is probably our 5th or 6th version of the Darksaber we've gotten in the line now, and there is still no crackle effects. Come on, Hasbro, do some printing or something on this thing, but make it look like the Darksaber. And of course, we also did get a brand new jetpack mold, and as you can see, the one on the right is the new one, and it is far more metallic. It is a new mold, very hard to tell because they are very similar, but it is a new mold, and I absolutely love the new paint apps because it's far more shiny, and I think that really helps make this figure much better, is actually having some shiny Beskar. Now, of course, if you do have any of the flame effects, they do peg into the bottom here quite nicely. They're not as hard to get in as some of the previous ones, and you can have your Mando flying if you like, so always nice to have that. I just realized the flying effect that I used is like completely different. This is like some off-brand one for like an Iron Man figure, but it still fits. Here's the actual Hasbro one, and as you can see, it fits into the jetpack just fine. But I did want to clarify because I realized I used the wrong one. Another interesting thing about this figure is they actually did leave a little slot here for the rifle. So if you do have an extra rifle, you can go ahead and peg that in. Now, it is a little loose for me. I'm having trouble getting it to stay in there, but it is there if you want to do that, which I think is great. But what I really wish it did have is this little clip right here that would have fit perfectly in there, and that way he could have had the Beskar spear, the jetpack, and the cape all on at the same time. But unfortunately, they didn't include this little clip for you to do that. And this one is like glued into this figure. You really can't take it out, which is kind of a shame. Next up, we have to do comparisons, and there's no better character to compare Mando to than Grogu himself. He is by Mando's side the entire series, and I had to do Grogu first. Now, I do have my 2 favorite versions of the character here. We do have the single release with the pram. That is by far the best Grogu we have, so if you're looking to get one, definitely get the mainline Grogu. But we also do have this one that is from the Ahsoka, Mando, and Grogu 3-pack, and he does have the opportunity to hold the little cute bowl, so I really like that feature he has, so that's really cool, and they look great next to Mando here. Now, I am planning on doing a full comparison of all the previous Mandos in the line, so stay tuned for that Mando comparison video, but here is number 94, Mando on the right, and then the Mando Build-Up Pack one on the left. Now, the main differences between these two are, of course, you can see the Season 1 5-pad versus the Season 2 version, but obviously there is one that stands out, and that is this new one. It looks so much better. And then here we have the 2 most recent releases of Mando. So we do have the Snowy Mando on the left, and then we have the Beskar Spear Mando on the right. And these are definitely far better than the original ones I was showing you, but they still have nothing on this brand new Mando. So make sure to stay tuned for my full comparison, because we're going to go super in depth with everything about these figures. But let's go ahead and get to the next comparison. Now, this is a Book of Boba Fett Mando, so I had to compare him to some Book of Boba Fett characters. So obviously we have Fennec Shand on the left, and we have Boba Fett on the right, looking really solid. Now, for some villains, we do have Moff Gideon on the left and the Dark Trooper on the right, and I absolutely love how the Dark Trooper just towers over this Mando. It's really intimidating, and it is a cool effect, so this Dark Trooper really works with this new Mando. And for some more characters that did show up in Book of Boba Fett, we have the Armorer on the left. That is a convention exclusive with like the soft goods cape kind of thing. And then on the right, we do have the carbonized Paz Vizsla. And they're looking pretty solid next to Mando here too. So really loved their scenes together in Book of Boba Fett, and I like them in Season 3 together too. Next up on the right, we have the Season 2 Grief Karga figure, rest in peace Carl Weathers, and then on the left we do have the Credit Collection Cara Dune. Next up, we have Ahsoka on the left and Cobb Vanth on the right. I gotta say, there are a ton of Mando Season 2 characters, as well as characters in Book of Boba Fett, so a lot of figures to compare them to. But nevertheless, last up, for comparisons, we do have the kind of Bo-Katan's Night Owls. We have Casca Reeve, Bo-Katan, and Axe Wolves, so really solid here. We see them in Season 2, Season 3, and they look great next to this brand new Book of Boba Fett Mandalorian. But in conclusion, I have to say, this might be one of the best Black Series figures of all time. It came out truly incredible. I might put it in like the top 3 best Black Series figures of all time. It is really that dang good. The updated articulation is just flawless. It's a huge upgrade compared to the previous version. The pinless look is amazing. The updated helmet to actually like is proportional is great. The accessories, the jetpack, the soft goods cape, the dark saber, the knife, the blaster, all of it together in this one $25 figure is perfect, and they really could not have done any better. So this one is an easy 5 out of 5 and will for a long time be in the like list of top 10 best Star Wars Black Series figures ever, because it is incredible. If you don't have this figure yet, I highly suggest you go and pick it up because it is awesome. So that is going to do it for this review. If you did enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments if you own this figure or you plan on picking it up. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.